Okay, so we're here at God's Little Acre. A lot of people think it's just 1 acre, but we're standing in the middle of 42 acres. And this is a beautiful crop of peas that we're growing right now. And it's going to be our first crop for the season. This year we're trying to be self-sustainable, so what we're doing is for the first time we're growing product and selling them as well as donating. For the last 2 years this project was started, this farm was, if you can imagine, was a hayfield, and we transformed 3 acres of it into 3 acres of potatoes the very first year, and we were able to give away 62,000 pounds of potatoes to the Surrey Food Bank, which was just absolutely great. The project was financed by me driving a semi-truck back and forth to Calgary and all over, and then working during my days off here. So last year that we did the same thing again. We were able to give away about 60,000 pounds of mixed vegetables. And the last 2 years have really been a trial to see what we can do, see how big our volunteer base, how big we can make that base, what type of work volunteers can and can't do. So now what we've done is we've kind of tweaked all that, and we're in year 3. Our goal this year is to generate 200,000 pounds of product. That's my personal goal. We are already headed at 130,000 pounds the way things are right now. So we're basically going to do more than double what we did in the last 2 years. And the whole goal is to provide several food banks, 2 soup kitchens with nutritional food. And we don't give them number 2 food, we give them number 1 stuff. This farm is dedicated to grow for the food banks and other charities, whoever we can help. Yes, our product is agriculture, but realistically, we're in the helping families business, and that's what we like to do here. So we invite everybody to come here and to volunteer. We invite people to come and you know, take what we grow here through the food banks. And if you don't qualify through the food banks, you can come see us here. Our self-sustainability project this year is to open a market on the farm. So if you can imagine a farm market with 80 items growing in the market, and if you can buy those items at 25 to 50% less than what you're paying retail, that's what we're doing. And the reason why we can afford to do that is because instead of wholesaling the product for $1 a pound, we're basically going to sell it at the door for $1 a pound, or whatever the price may be. So take the opportunity to see what we're doing here at the rodeo today. Come to our volunteer booth. Come down to our membership booth. We only have 230 memberships left for this year, and we've already sold 70, and that's how I am able to stay here and not go trucking this year. So everything's going good at the farm, and we'll see you at the maize, or we will see you at the farm garden at the end of June. This year I've been privileged enough to go teach some agriculture classes in some of the inner city schools, in particular Jorth Road Elementary and Holly Elementary. And the kids now from elementary schools, and your kids can be part of this. We have an extra 12-acre farm right next door to this one, which we're dedicating to kids and schools. And what the kids are doing, they're learning how to grow pumpkins. They are already come here and started the process. They will be growing pumpkins, and what we're doing this year is we're taking 30,000 pounds of pumpkins, and we're taking them all to Jorth Road Elementary and another elementary school, and we're going to let them sell them and generate an income for their inner city lunch program. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about having the kids here. They're just great. It lets me be a kid for a while, and also the parents who come and see what we're doing. So please come down. If you have an elementary school or a high school that's willing to participate, please help us this year and launch this project, and next year we'll make it bigger. So now we're standing in the middle of our second potato field. Now, if you see all the potatoes on the ground, this is not how you grow them, but this is how we plant them, because this farm, believe it or not, 30 acres and 3 years later, we don't have a seeder yet. And the reason why we don't have a seeder is because every time you get a little bit of money, we put it into seed. And we do it by hand the hard way, but you know, we have a lot of fun doing it. So each seed here was dropped into the ground by my 2 little kids. So well, my daughter's 19 and my son is 13, so they're not so little anymore. And as you can see, what we do is we leave the potatoes on the surface, and where we cut them, because we want to get 2 seeds out of each potato, what happens is the sun allows this to dry, dehydrate, and it's better for the potato to be protected from any type of fungus or anything like that. So This is how they used to grow potatoes thousands of years ago. They actually used to just leave them in piles, then wait till they shriveled up and plant them. And that's what we're doing here again. In a couple of days, I'm going to come in here since the skin has formed, and we're going to cover all these potatoes up. And you can see they're already starting to sprout, and everywhere there's a sprout will be a plant pretty much. So a lot of potatoes here. In this field here alone will probably generate about 2 acres, so about 40,000 pounds of potatoes. And this entire field is going out to charity. So when you help us on our farm, you can actually come here, see where the money goes. We don't have any administration. I refuse to take a salary for any charity work because our 150 volunteers do not as well. And if you want to keep up to date with what we're doing with our crops daily, just go to godslittleacrefarm.com and follow Facebook from there, and you will see us every second day. We're posting what we're doing, how we're doing it. It's very interesting reading, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So see you at the rodeo. This pea crop would have cost us $230 to spray with a chemical for the weeds. In return, what we've done is we spent the $1,800 to hand weed each plant. Took 7 people 2.5 days. And for the $1,800 that you spend on hand weeding and not feeding our kids chemicals, not polluting the soil, that's how we do it at this farm. We are a commercial farm. We're not certified organic. That process is a little bit too costly for us, but we're very conscientious about how we grow things, how we weed them, and we don't play games.